And now, it's the Still Unnamed Podcast with your host, Petey Salas.
Hey kids, we're here. It's another edition of the Still Unnamed Podcast with Petey Salas. That's me, along with
Mark Rodriguez. That's me.
Yep. As you can probably hear, I've got some sexy pipes going on right now. I am sick. I woke up with some sort of a cold this morning, but you know what? Nothing's going to stop us from bringing you the best goddamn podcast you've ever heard.
All day, every day, son. Bam, 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 bam.
What is that?
That's a horn.
What? Okay.
It's like when the Chicago Bulls make a...
Oh, okay. Okay. I like it.
Chicago
Bulls. Anyway, we're here. This is episode, I don't even know. I'm all out of sequential order ever since my laptop, shit the bed.
Yeah, that's not very good.
No, it wasn't. Which, by the way, shit the bed. Hashtag shit the bed.
Yeah.
That has become... I've had a couple of comments about that. About there's a few comments that have come out of catchphrases born out of this podcast. One was shit the bed. The other was hit me right in the beaver. / chocolate beaver.
I love hit me right in the beaver. When I was listening to it at work, and my buddy was there, he just laughed so hard. He was like, and then by the end of the second episode, he was like, you know what, dude? I like your mother-in-law.
That's awesome. Yeah, no, I had some comments about how badass she is and how cool and how everyone who doesn't know her wants to meet her and those who already know her want to see her again because she kind of invited everyone to some party that's happening that may or may not happen.
I hope it's gonna happen.
Well, I hope so too. There's a reunion of people that's just brewing. But anyway, let's get right down to it. We were talking about possible topics for today because this is one of those shoot the shit type of podcasts where, hey, I don't have a guest, but so.
Hey, Mark, come over.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. I'm not doing Mark's Minute anymore. Also, Mark's Minute, in case you're wondering where it's at, it's on a bit of a hiatus.
Yes, thank you.
I'm doing school, and I'm doing work, and I'm doing being a father, and that takes up a shit ton of time.
Right.
And I don't have time. I don't have a minute.
You literally don't have a minute.
I do not have a minute to spare.
Okay.
So
all right,
you can hear it come up in a year. Definitely, probably a year.
Wow,
I don't know.
I'll pick hiatus.
Well, the thing is,
are you, the fucking Sopranos? Jesus.
I'm learning Java. For one of my, it's so fucking hard. It's so hard.
So you're going back to school to be a computer geek, right?
Yeah, I'm learning information technology.
Can you fix my laptop's hard drive?
I'm working on it.
Yeah, I don't believe you. I don't know if anybody can fix that. It's gone through some of the finest minds that we have down here right now.
But it hasn't gone through Mark.
That is true.
The good thing about knowing nothing is you're willing to try everything.
Hey, I like that.
Yeah.
Is that a Mark original?
Yes.
You're
LLC. No, I don't know. Look it up.
Okay.
Google's probably right next to your window if you're listening to this on YouTube.
Anyway, we were talking about possible topics, one of them being guilty pleasures.
I suggested that.
Right.
But I don't have guilty pleasures.
Well, I mean, I think everyone has guilty
pleasures. I have
pleasures.
Zero guilty pleasures. I'm an open book. I'm embarrassed by nothing. I cannot be embarrassed. I'm unembarrassable.
I believe that. I believe that. You are quite you are quite shameless.
I look back at how unshameless I was, and I'm like, oh, that was really bad. I remember I used to watch Blue's Clues.
Okay.
I don't know why I did, but I would watch it, and I would watch it up until the 8th grade. I don't know why, but
Blue's Clues is the primary demographic is like infant to 2 or 3, right?
Yes, it's very. I think what the thing I liked about it was the whole, and I know this is stupid, like the puzzle aspect. Because if you're not familiar with the show, the show starts off with, oh, Blue's trying to tell us something.
Right.
Let's figure it out. And she will leave. By the way, Blue is a girl, in case nobody knew.
Right.
She will leave 3 clues throughout the episode,
Mm-hmm.
and you put those clues together and try to figure out what the big answer is.
Right.
And I want to figure it out the first clue.
Okay. So you turned a child's television program into an 8th grader's game.
Yeah, I tried to challenge myself, but
Well, you know that there was more age-appropriate
I
challenges.
could have been playing Sudoku.
yeah, something like that.
But yeah, I wasn't very bright.
Okay, well that's cool.
Yeah, one time I think I mentioned to everyone in class that I watched Blue's Clues
Okay,
in 8th grade, and
that sounds
to
like
this
a bad
day,
idea.
I lay awake at night and just like, that was a big mistake.
People run into you at Walmart like, "Hey, Blue."
No, I don't go to the Elsa Walmart.
So okay, well that's a
What about you? Do you have guilty pleasures?
I don't know. What constitutes a guilty pleasure, honestly?
I was thinking about it, and I think it's something that you like, but you wouldn't flat out say, "Hey everyone, I'm a brony," or something. By the way, Harley
Right.
watches a lot of My Little Pony,
Okay.
and I've been catching myself watching it
So
with her.
Are you becoming a brony?
I'm not, but like I will start watching it, and I'm like, "Oh shit, what's happening with Fluttershy?" I'm like, "Oh no, I don't care what happens to Fluttershy."
Well, first of all, you know their names,
Uh-huh.
which is the first step
Yeah.
towards admitting you have a problem.
I'm gonna next thing you know, I'm gonna have a tattoo right above the crack of my ass with Rainbow Dash. I can knock them all out. There's Rainbow Dash. There's Apple Blossom, Applejack, which is the older sister of Apple Blossom. I don't even want to get into this.
Yeah, no, let's not.
By the way, Alyssa, if she gets into it, she's called Pegasista. The girl version of a brony is a Pegasista.
Okay, wow, this is kind of fascinating. There's a documentary called Bronies on Netflix that if anyone wants to be freaked out, check that out.
Have you seen it?
Yes, I watched half of it. And I forgot what happened. I had to turn it off and leave. But yeah, it's a fascinating subculture of I guess pop culture.
Yeah.
I mean, they're fully grown adults who not only watch My Little Pony, but they like cosplay it. They write fan fiction. They collect all the dolls and everything.
Like fan fiction.
I mean, I can't really talk because I mean we're in a shrine dedicated to all of my collection of collectibles that I've collected over the last 20 years. But there are no My Little Ponies on here.
No, none that I can see.
No, I've got Marvel, I've got DC, I've got some some rock and roll, lots of rock and roll memorabilia.
A lot of cool stuff.
Albums on the walls.
Your statues are the coolest.
Thank you. But yeah, no My Little Pony.
I don't know how. I had a friend who also plug Rod Sanders, who also
we got to get him on.
We need to set up a triple mic. He's a funny guy, and he knows a lot of things. He's a very intelligent man. However, he also watched the My Little Pony documentary, and he was telling me like they seem like they're pretty normal dudes, and the documentary itself, in his words, was pretty boring.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's just guys that like a show,
right?
That is, how can I say this? It's just about friendship, like it's just about good morals.
Okay.
Which is something that I guess you shouldn't really scoff at. I mean, who wants to be like, that guy likes his friends? What a freaking fag.
Right. No, I get that. But I think it's more so frowned upon because it's wrapped in what, and not to get gender biased or sexist here, but it is primarily looked at as a girls' cartoon.
Absolutely.
My Little Pony.
Uh-huh.
At least from when I was growing up, we were growing up, the My Little Pony from the 80s and 90s, that was all girls.
Yeah. There was not even...
I mean, look at it this way. You go to McDonald's, you take your kid to get a Happy Meal.
Yes.
And
I know where you're going with this. Go on.
And you're ordering, and they say, is it for a boy or a girl? And I say, well, it's for a boy. So what are they going to give him? A Hot Wheel.
A Hot Wheel.
When the other option for girls, quote unquote, is a My Little Pony.
Exactly.
So, I mean, right off the bat, that tells you. So when you've got fully grown men, 40s, 50s.
It's a bit odd.
it looks, and I'm not pointing the finger at all. I'm not accusing anybody, but it has a bit of a pedophilia connotation.
I could see that.
You know, like why would fully grown men be into a little girl's television program? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just very strange.
Right.
So that's not what we're talking about today.
No, I forgot. I've lost the topic of what. Oh,
Guilty pleasure.
Well,
yeah.
I mean, it kind of fits.
Yeah.
That was a good segue. After the fact.
Are we done with guilty pleasure?
I think. How do we get to bronies?
Blue's Clues.
Kids programming.
Hey, did you ever see Eureka's Castle?
I did.
I have a vague memory of it.
I remember it. I don't remember watching it or liking it.
I just have like, because it was on when I was so young. I was maybe 3 or 4.
It wasn't that long ago, was it? Because I remember Eureka's Castle. Eureka's Castle was on when I was probably 9 or 10, I think. I may be wrong.
Okay.
But that's probably why I wasn't into it, because by that point I had moved on to like Ninja Turtles and Batman and all that other stuff. So all the Nick Jr. stuff wasn't really appealing to me. Mm-hmm. Because I think if I was younger, I'd be all about Eureka's Castle. Another one that falls into that category for me is Gullah Gullah Island. Do you remember that?
Oh, shit. I remember Gullah Gullah Island.
Right, that one with Binya Binya.
Oh, yeah.
the little yellow frog
Toad.
or whatever. Well, my sister was a big fan of that. And she's 4 years younger than I am. So she watched that. And for me, like, I was already out of that. I knew of it because of my sister, but I wasn't into it. So anyway, I mean, that's my generation. Well, from when I was growing up, it was all about Transformers, G.I. Joes, Thundercats, the Ninja Turtles, the Ghostbusters. Like, that's what boys were into in the 80s and 90s.
Real quick, we're getting off track. I'm about to. I've only been starstruck a couple of times. When I was in grade school, Barney came over.
Shut the fuck up.
Lost my shit. And it wasn't even a good Barney. Like, I look at pictures of it because I was like, oh my God, Barney is here. I freaking lost it. And I look, my mom would show me pictures of it. And I'm like, that doesn't look like Barney at all.
But at the time, I
was like, that's the fucking dinosaur from my television right there. I walked up to him and I was like, hi. I was completely starstruck.
By Barney the dinosaur.
By a
bad Barney the dinosaur.
A terrible looking. The other time was when I saw Bugs Bunny at Six Flags. Again, I was starstruck, and I just came up to him. I was like, I really like watching your shows. I couldn't think of anything, and then, of course they don't say anything to you, so I'm like, I must have been such an idiot.
You got dissed.
But I didn't know it was
funny.
A teenager probably in there.
That's true.
Back on track. I liked Power Rangers. I don't know if you were around that time.
I was not into them at all.
I got some glasses when I was in the 3rd grade that I thought were white because of the White Ranger.
Like sunglasses?
No, like prescription glasses that I had to wear all the time.
Okay.
And in the fluorescent light of the doctor's office, they looked like badass white glasses, and I'm like Tommy from the Power Rangers. Right. I would like those, and they were like super cheap because nobody wants white prescription glasses.
Right.
And then when I got them, and then like I wore them out, and I was looking at myself in the mirror, I'm like, these are ugly. These are the ugliest glasses I've ever seen, and I stopped wearing them. And I think my eyes got better. I think I forced my eyes to fix because I don't need glasses anymore. Gosh, you know what else I remember from 3rd grade? Tazos. I could just...
Tazos or Pogs.
Pogs.
Yeah, but no, we knew them as Tazos.
Yeah.
What the hell was the point of those? Do you remember how to play that? I do not know. I don't know anybody who played that game, like played it for what it was. I just knew everybody who collected them.
I knew all the fads. Like I did the Tazos, and then I did the marbles, and then I did the yo-yos. And then I think after that, we were into boobies. And then until you die,
downhill
that's
from
it.
there.
Forever now it's boobies. Yeah. But if memory serves, Tazos, let's say you have some Tazos, I have some Tazos.
Right.
You have some that I want, and I have some that you want. We're going against. This is our bet. I'm going to put up like 3 of them.
Okay.
You are also putting up 3. They're stacked 1, 2, 3.
Mm-hmm.
And I take one of my pogs and I try to slam it down on your pogs as hard as I can. And if they all separate, like if there's not one on top of each other, like if they're all separated, then I take yours and we go back and forth. If memory serves, that's how it's played. And whoever gets theirs laid out first has to give up their tazos.
That sounds like a shitty game.
It's a shitty game. You're playing with cardboard circles. I mean, how great of a game could it be?
That's true. I mean, that is true. I had a shitload of them. I don't know where they came from or what I did with them, and I know I never played with them. I just
probably
them.
Put them in the bank.
Yeah,
you're sitting on a gold mine.
I am. That and all my Beanie Babies.
What else is on the agenda?
Sperm donation.
So what do you want to...
Yay or nay?
See, when I was younger, because I'm so old right now.
Right.
I was like, hell yeah.
Pushing 30?
I'm going to push 30. Oh. Mm-hmm. I just turned 27 in June.
Oh, shit.
I have one white hair that I'm pretty proud of. But I was like, I'm going to do that anyway, and then I just get paid for it just because I go to a room.
Right. Have you ever gone to donate?
No, I've never done it.
No, me neither.
I've thought about it.
Me too. I mean, there were times when I was, like you said, younger, where I was strapped for cash.
Yeah, I mean, you're just like easy money.
Right.
But then, like, I'm thinking about it now, and if I did, I potentially could have a kid out there right now.
That is true. That's very true. I mean, I don't know if you think about it right then and there. I mean,
yeah.
I guess you would have to, because they probably make you sign a bunch of forms and shit.
Of course.
But it's not till later that you actually think about it, like years later, that, it's true. Remember that time I donated sperm?
I could have a son or a daughter out there.
Yeah, that's true. I was having a discussion with a friend of mine who she's at that, or getting towards that age where the pressure from the family has been, when are you going to have a baby? When are you going to have a baby?
She's, of course, with someone, right?
No, she's not.
Oh.
Right. It's to the point where her family is just basically telling her, go and slut it up and get knocked up.
Is she the only child, or?
No, there's several children in that family.
Wow.
But I think all of her sisters have kids, and she just
Oh.
hasn't found the right guy.
It's a very Mexican thing.
It is. So it's at the point where they're like already telling her, you know what? Yeah. Tapping their watch, and they're saying, just go get us a grandchild.
No, that's
right.
I think that's ridiculous.
It is. It's ridiculous thinking to push, your daughter into that.
It's a person
simply because she just I don't want to give away her age, but she's not that far away from 30.
Yeah.
Okay. But just because she crossed that big 3-0, quote unquote, her parents are basically telling her, go get us a grandchild.
That's ridiculous. I don't think I could ever, like, if Harley was, I don't know, 40 and I didn't have a grandbaby, I'd be like, okay, take care of yourself.
Right.
I suppose once you get really old and then, like, mortality starts setting in, you're like, I need to leave a legacy.
Right.
But I've got a Hot Wheel collection. That's pretty boss.
Well, I bring that up because you've met Quentin.
I've met him once or twice. Yes.
Right.
I'm familiar with the child.
He's a good-looking kid.
He's gorgeous eyes.
Thank you. Beautiful baby.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to go out on a limb and say I at least partially, halfway, am able to create a pretty baby.
I can say that.
Now, this sperm donation conversation was wrapped around.
Were you propositioned? That's awesome.
I don't want to say it was a proposition so much as it was
exactly proposition.
A possible contract negotiation.
Wow.
Now, obviously, I that's why I'm bringing it up. I want to ask somebody.
Since we don't know anything about this individual,
right?
We can say, was this hey, I want you to jack off into this cup, or was it let's go behind the closet,
the bleachers,
the bleachers?
No, it neither came up.
It was just a hypothetical.
I would assume that it would be the former and not the latter. I'm assuming, at least.
I don't know. We discussed your cuddliness in a previous episode.
We have touched upon my cuddliness.
See episode 7 of the TSUP. I don't think it's 7.
I don't know. Whatever. But yeah, it was just kind of discussed, like, you know, because a lot of independent women out there nowadays that they just are to the point where not only is it pressure from family, it's their own biological clock, it's their own want and need for, like you said, to carry on a legacy. Yeah. And it's also fueled by probably the fact that they've been fucked over by a couple of bad dudes.
Absolutely.
That they're to the point where they just want a baby without the man attached to it.
I feel, and I'm not a woman, nor have I ever been, I feel women are just, like, they have a lot of love to give.
Right.
And they're really good and built for taking care of people.
Okay.
And I think that's just biologically how they're put together.
Okay.
That's not for all women.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel for the most part, like, Alyssa has that shit down.
Yeah.
She is a fantastic mother. I couldn't ask for a better person.
She has a lot of patience
to be helping me raise my children.
I've seen that firsthand. She has so much patience. It's amazing.
I mean, so I can understand a woman just like, I have love. I need something to love.
Right. And for taking that point and a little bit further, I have love, but I don't have time for your bullshit.
Yeah.
Man, husband. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of women out there. I'm meeting more and more, you know, as I get older and as times change, or,
of course,
cliche. There are a lot of women out there who just want the, you know.
Like, I want to take care. I've always wanted to be a mother.
Mm-hmm.
That's how girls are raised.
Yeah.
I mean, sad truth. They're getting dolls, they're baby dolls, and they're bred and they're brought up thinking the pinnacle of existence for a woman is to be a mother.
Right. That is their sole purpose.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's changing a bit, though.
It is. And I think that this conversation I had the other day is proof of it, because this girl, who's a sweetheart, by the way, a wonderful girl.
I believe it.
Just hasn't found the right dude. She's to the point where she's men, fuck guys. I just want the baby.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why we had this comical conversation about sperm donation in general. Not necessarily mine, but you know, the attractiveness of my child was brought up.
You have a very handsome little man on your hands.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
But I mean, I also have some pretty good looking babies.
Yeah, you do.
If she's DTF. It's okay. Alyssa doesn't listen to these.
So that's a yay on sperm donation. You're pretty okay with it?
I'm okay with if that's what you want to do. Personally, I'm glad I didn't do it. I mean, I look back and there's a lot of things that I thought I wanted to do that I'm glad I didn't.
Mm-hmm.
For instance, I wanted to get my lip pierced, like the corner, like those emo kids. Man, those emo kids were the coolest kids I knew. Like, everyone's like, oh, they're the emo kids, whatever. But I was like, I want to be like those kids. They're so cool. Look at how long their hair is to their face. It covers an eye.
Full circle.
Yes.
I like that. And I mean, you, by your own admission, you were all about the fads. You were on top of everything. So you'd have been that Pierce kid with your tasos.
Oh, yeah. And I
glasses.
I wore eyeliner. I was the baddest emo kid in town, except I was a little too optimistic and happy. I couldn't really chill with those kids.
Right.
They're like, isn't life horrible? I'm like, I don't know. It's Wednesday, Big Macs. That's going for me.
Right. You were a little bit too your disposition was a little bit too cheerful.
I had a bit too much pep in my step.
Yeah.
I was kicked out of the emos.
You weren't emo enough for them.
How do you feel about tattoos? Because I know you have some. Mm-hmm. I don't have any.
Right.
But
I have a few. Yeah.
Yeah, talking about like things that you regret,
mm-hmm.
like when you were younger and then you get it. How do you?
I haven't regretted anything yet.
I know it's doable to take it off, but it's pretty much forever.
It's pretty much forever. So I think you should really, it should have a story or at least a meaning behind it to you.
Because like you have a tattoo of a Harley Quinn face.
Yes.
And I'm like, I'm her dad. Should I? I should be screaming it from the mountaintop. I could take a needle.
Right. No, I mean it might not. It just might not be in your personality or your your way of life or your way of being. I have Quentin's name on my right arm. I have a Harley Quinn face on my left. I have been planning something for Dexter, but I haven't done it yet. But that is in the works, and I think it's just more so for, the kids in my family, my immediate family. That there's always something, like I've always had like a Peter Pan syndrome, I guess, where trying to stay forever young, trying to be grounded in kid friendly, video games and just stuff like that. Like I'm all about that. I can be serious and I can be an adult and I can be responsible. I've proven that.
Yes.
But at the heart of it, I like what I like, and I think that it's because my childhood, I feel, wasn't like, I'm not going to be, dramatic and say it was taken from me, but it was definitely stunted. There were several roadblocks, starts and stops in my childhood. There were several times where I felt like I had to be older than I was just to get by, just to understand what was happening around me.
Yeah. You had to mature quickly. I had to
mature, but then I would regress back to being a child. So it was a lot of like up and down for me. So I've always felt a connection with Peter Pan. It's my name too.
That's a bit like I'm just kidding.
That's good. I like that. But
I'm really good at bringing it back.
I didn't say that I felt I was Peter Pan.
No, you just want to be like Peter Pan. You want to.
I just want to hang out with young boys.
Yeah, you feel a little boy inside
children
you
from their bedrooms and fly away with them. Yeah, no, that's me. But yeah, I love these kids that we have in our family. I see them every day.
Yeah.
And that's why I chose to adorn, precious real estate on my body, for them. So that's
it's a very sweet sentiment, and I hope they appreciate it, because I do. I'm like, that's
right.
Thumbs up.
Thank you. But we can get more into that later. I think we're coming up on time here. I don't quite know if we've if we had a point A to Z that we
No,
hit,
we didn't. We're just shooting the shit.
Right. That's cool. I mean, that's...
Do you title your episodes?
I'm going to now. If I'm interviewing somebody, I will put their name.
Okay.
But ones like these, or things that just are non-linear, I guess.
Just a conversation.
Yeah. We'll figure out a name for it.
Yeah.
What do you think we should name this one?
I genuinely...
Dead air.
Dead air. What have we talked about?
Lots of shit.
Tasos. Bronies.
POGcast.
Oh my God, that's brilliant. How did you do that?
I don't know. It's marketing.
Oh, that's great.
Okay. So anyway, so I guess that wraps it up for another edition of the Still Unnamed podcast. Here comes the spiel. I want to remind you guys to like, share, and subscribe us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. Visit the website, tsupodcast.com. Keep sending us the comments, the letters, the text messages. Everything is awesome of you guys.
Do something special for yourself today. I don't know.
I like that.
Yeah. You know what? You deserve it.
You do.
You don't do enough for yourself. I think, you know what? Think about it. When was the last time you did something special for yourself? Not for anyone else. Just, hey, you know what you should do? Go get yourself something that you want to eat. Mm-hmm. Spoil yourself today.
Right.
Spend $15 on a plate for yourself.
Right. Skip the lunch. Skip the group lunch. Just go by yourself. Go find yourself something delicious to eat that you've been wanting and craving.
Yeah. That's what I want to say. And share this fucking video.
All right. Well, thanks again for listening. I want to thank our sponsor, Chico's Bail Bonds. And for now, this has been Pete Salas along with
Mark Rodriguez
saying Happy Taco Tuesday.
Happy Taco Tuesday.
Bye-bye.